for a championship. A double play wins it the break.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKay, touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
Welcome to Robertson Field on the campus of White Plains High School. We got a dandy of a game coming your way tonight. Jacksonville, number 5 in Class 4A. They're 6-2 on the year. More importantly, 5-0 in 4A Region 6, taking on the White Plains Wildcats. They're 3-4 on the year and 2-3 in league play. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tommy Wood, along with Coach Rick Rhodes, as we get set for a Calhoun County showdown between the two teams. And, you know, when you're a coach and you've got an established program, one thing that scares you when you get those teams in that are extremely hungry.
Absolutely, and we have that tonight. Jacksonville, a state power, ranked number 5 in 4A. White Plains, a program that's been down for a while, but a lot of enthusiasm this year. They're looking for that signature win.
You know, athletes galore on this Jacksonville team. They are a very explosive team, and when we look at some of the players to watch tonight, you got to focus on number 4 for the Golden Eagles.
Well, you really do. One of the best running backs in the state, an all-state player. Give you an idea how good he is. 409 yards rushing in one game last year. This year, 1,310 yards, 21 TDs, averaging a very cool 9.1 yards per carry.
Talking to White Plains coach Chandler Tyree last night, he said, hey, we've got to find a way to slow Wiggins down, and he's got a good linebacker to try to get that done.
Well, this is going to be the main cog in doing that right here. Senior linebacker Ethan Bozarth, another all-state player, great range, very physical. He's going to have a big night if the Wildcats are going to be successful.
You know, defensively, though, when you're White Plains, you've also got to be concerned with all elements of this offense because Luke Jackson, a great quarterback for Jacksonville as well. What are some of our Heritage Freight keys to the game, Coach?
Well, you know, first of all, you've got to stop the run. You know, you can't let the running game run wild, but you also have got to control the pass. Got to make those passes be short gains, can't give up a big one over the top, and that's tough against a very explosive Jacksonville offense. Now, for Jacksonville, that offense is explosive. What stops explosive offense? Unforced errors, turnovers, penalties, broken assignments. They've got to avoid those things. If they do that, you know, they're going to have a great night.
White Plains has never defeated a Jacksonville team. They'll try to get that first win tonight. Jacksonville going for a region championship when we continue on the HSAA Game of the Week.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills? Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7 live from Jordan-Hare.
Excitement continues to build here at Robertson Field. White Plains hosting the Jacksonville Golden Eagles tonight. And, Coach, you talk about this team from Jacksonville. When you talk about experience and what Clint Smith's been able to do there, he continues to build a program. But this is going to be the team they've been looking for a while. They have 11 seniors starting offensively, a very experienced troop.
Well, and I was very impressed with the depth of their skill, their quality skill players. I mean, there's some great numbers. I mean, just to throw another number at you, their backup tailback, Jaitaj Morris, averages 9.9 yards a carry, and he can't start. As we get a look at Coach Clint Smith for Jacksonville, and then there's Coach Chandler Tyree.
Yeah, Coach Tyree took over this program about a week before the season, still trying to get his stamp on this program. But you have seen a White Plains program this season that has probably played as hard as any team in recent memory of White Plains. And so his first season as a head coach, and like I said, got a kind of a late start, but they are continuing to improve and looking for a big win tonight if they can get over the Golden Eagles. And you've got Jacksonville that chance to go ahead and claim a region title tonight. If they can get the win here, they will finished the region season and as a very good season, undefeated. And for White Plains, they just need a signature win.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a program that's struggled over the years.
They look upon that as a great opportunity. Well, the struggle is hardly the word for it. Tommy's 6-44. Not trying to correct you there,
right?
Not at all. And he's really turned the culture there. Coach Smith, been at Jacksonville 8 years, 61-26. Undefeated in the regular season last year, went to the second round, and 6-2 this year, and ranked number 5 in 4A. So two really good coaches, a little bit different styles, but I think this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, you got Coach Tyree, very intense, and that's going to be his MO pretty much at White Plains, trying to develop some toughness, develop a team that's going to get after you. They have really improved in that area this year. And Coach Clint Smith, again, a great leader offensively. And I guess, Coach, it kind of tells my age that I actually broadcast both of these guys' games when they played in high school.
Well, Tommy, if that tells you your age, what does that say about me?
Well,
should I just go crawl in a corner over there and wait for it?
It has been a while, but, you look at it, Coach Clint Smith, he played high school at Clay County High School, and I was doing ball games there, and then actually did some Oxford radio when Chandler Tyree played for the Yellow Jackets. So it's been a long ride and a lot of water under the bridge. Going to open up with an onside kick, and White Plains is going to get it. My goodness, they open up. Will Osteen kicks the onside kick, and Jacksonville not ready for that, and the Wildcats get the first break.
Now, that may be as good an onside kick as I've seen in a long, long time. A little English on this, and I mean right at the 10-yard mark. I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that.
Wow, what a great way to start for Coach Tyree and the Wildcats getting that onside kick, and they'll come out offensively. Jaden Chapman, the quarterback, he'll lead the way. Jaden Harris in the backfield, also very explosive. So those two guys in the backfield can get it done. And again, they continue to put up the points offensively. White Plains getting the first break to open this game up.
Very important for White Plains when they get opportunities like this. They have to capitalize.
They'll open up with a carry on the left side, and good tough running for Harris. He'll pick up a couple. As we take a look at that White Plains offense, and again, you look at Chapman and Harris in the backfield. The wide receivers, Carson Tyree, also Teddy Hall, Tyler Daniel, and Quinn Wilson in the slot. The front line, Will Osteen, the big guy there, 6'4", 230. Also Bozarth up front, along with Knight, Arnold, and Williams. So that left side of Osteen and Bozarth, you're going to see a lot of plays designed to go to the left.
Yeah, as you should. Of course, that name Osteen, if you're an Alabama football fan, that's a pretty good pedigree right there.
Just a quarterback keeper on the left side, and hammering his way up in there is going to be Chapman, as he'll pick up a couple more. Jacksonville defense in the secondary of Maynard, Green, Kirksey, and Adams. You got, Peanut Adams on the offensive line, the outside linebacker, along with Sam Dingler. He'll wear number 8 tonight. Jackson Moses, Joseph Bolton, and Jalen Prater. Really a 3-5 alignment. And up front, you got Parker, Young, and Booth there on the D-line for Jacksonville.
And Peanut Adams, number 1, has been spectacular for the Golden Eagles.
Only a junior, and he has had a great junior campaign. Third down, and about 3 yards to go for this Wildcat offense. And back to pass, now in trouble, going to throw it, and it's going to be picked off, going the other way with it. Interception for the Golden Eagles, 40-yard line midfield, down the far sideline, going to be tripped up as Prater gets the INT, and he will get the pick, and a good return sets up the Golden Eagles in good field position.
Yeah, well, pressure set that up. I couldn't see who the defender was for Jacksonville, but he was right in Chapman's face. You can see right here as he's flushed right here.
Yeah, Peanut Adams there.
And, of course, he's had a ton of tackles for loss over the last 2 years, and good pressure right there. Boy, that's a great break on the football by Prater, and so that opportunity went for naught, and Jacksonville State is set up in great field position.
About the 38-yard line, first down and 10 for the Golden Eagles. As they'll run the little trickeration as well. Back, going to throw it deep. Got a man down there and can't connect. He was looking deep for his favorite receiver, Barksdale. That time Jackson just missed him by about a yard. But again, the old flea flicker. They hand it off and pitch it back to Jackson. He's got a good arm.
Yeah, very well executed, just a little bit overthrown. Now, Tommy, I think I may have already said Jacksonville State. Now, you're going to need to slap me every time I do that. My old Troy Trojan roots are coming out. So.
Well, if we both do that, if we slap each other, it'll be some kind of comedy because I'll probably do it before the night's over as well. Here's 2nd and 10 now. They'll sweep it out to Wiggins. Gets a couple of blockers in front of him, but White Plains is there, and they'll track him down. Good stop defensively, and that's Bozarth leading the way.
Well, that is great pursuit. Lots of blue shirts around right there, and for a guy that's averaging 9 yards a carry, you haven't seen that very much this year.
He's the main guy back there, Wiggins, but I'll tell you what, Luke Jackson can throw the ball as well. You got Green, Barksdale on the outside, Dingler, the fullback. Also, you got Maynard that is in the slot formation, Pope, Satcher, Hamilton, Sigler, and Hurd up front. That is a huge offensive line for the Golden Eagles. Now faced with a 3rd down and about 9.
Yeah, just some numbers there as you looked at Luke Jackson.
Give it off to Wiggins. He slides through one defender, through a second, breaks 2 tackles, 20-yard line, and that's what he does, taking it down inside the 20-yard line and just inside the 15. Watch how he slides through this first defender, Coach.
Yeah, well, he has great vision. And you notice those feet never are very far off the ground. Quick feet. They used to call that a shuffle runner, but really has the whole package right there. Some numbers on Luke Jackson, the quarterback: 72 for 122, only 4 interceptions, 995 yards, and 16 TDs on the year. So he's a good one as well.
First down and 10. Inside the Metro Goals red zone, handed off to Wiggins. He'll go to the left side, banging into defenders, and then pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 5-yard line. White Plains defense got to come up with a stop here. Again, you look at them up front. It is Osteen, Tyree, and Williams. Also, you've got the Sam linebacker of Bozart, also the middle linebacker of Wright, the Will linebacker of Ham, and also the backside linebacker of Osteen. And in the secondary, you got Hall, as well as Williams, Harris, and Daniel. Handoff goes to Wiggins. He's chopped down right at the line. That is a good defensive play from Carson Wright, the inside linebacker.
Yeah, you saw penetration from the blue shirts right there. Anytime that you pull, you've got to seal back to the backside, and that time able to get penetration and really a nice stop down here in the red zone.
That's the thing about Wiggins. You've got to get him uncomfortable in the backfield. You've got to get some penetration to make him not really get going downhill, because once he does, he can make some big things happen. They'll give it back to him this time on the left side. He turns the corner and walks into the end zone. Penetration not there that time, and Wiggins caps off that drive and an early 6-0 lead for the Golden Eagles.
And, you know, he's so smooth when he runs. His speed is deceptive, and he just, you know, there are a couple of blue shirts right there, and he just outran the Wildcat defenders to the end zone on that counter play, and it didn't take Jacksonville long to assert themselves, Tommy.
Good block by Dingler to spring him on that left side, and 6-0. The early lead for the Golden Eagles here with 8:33 left in the first, and time for Mason Terrell to try to boot it through and give Jacksonville a 7-0 lead. As Terrell's kick is up, and it's right through there. 7-0 Jacksonville jumps on top. White Plains gets the onside kick. Thought they had something going offensively, but then the pressure leads to an interception. You see it right here. Again, a big pick on the other side. Hauled in, and then the other way, bringing it, getting good field position is Prater. And after that, it's just a steady dose of number 4, and he finally gets around the left side and walks into the end zone.
Impressive opening drive now by the Golden Eagles, and that's not the way White Plains wanted to start this game, obviously, but we got a long way to go.
Again, that pressure up front just really in the face of Chapman. When he throws it up, Prater gets the pick, and that kind of got the momentum back from the onside kick that they had lost momentarily. And you see Clint Smith there, happy with his start offensively to go down and jump on top 7-0.
Well, you know, there's an old saying in football, ball thrown late over the middle has got a good chance of going back the other way, and that's exactly what we saw right there. So, you know, White Plains is going to have to answer, and one thing for sure, they don't want to get too far behind too quick in this one.
Osteen, directional kick, going to be fielded at about the 18-yard line, trying to get to the sideline, and close to about the 26, 27-yard line for White Plains. It is Khalil Williams. So here comes the White Plains offense, second possession of the ball game. They'll try to get something going, try to keep pace with this Golden Eagle offense. Chapman leads the way for the Wildcats. They've got it first down and 10. This time they'll spread receivers all over the field. There are 4 of them. And Chapman rolls to his right, looks, throw, and it's low. Did he come up with it? The officials can't tell from this angle, did they? They're talking about it.
I believe it's going to be a catch.
They will say a catch. So getting up, getting the hands under, it's Teddy Hall.
Well, they'll probably come back to that now. That's a really soft coverage by the corner to that side. If the ball would have been a little higher, he might have had a chance to run and pick up another 5-6 yards.
So they will try to hit Teddy Hall out in the flats. Second down now for the Wildcats here. It's time a little bunch set on the right side. They'll give it off, trying to come this way. They cut, way to set the edge for the Golden Eagles. Now getting outside and picking up a couple of yards on that carry was Jaden Harris. A lot of east-west running, and the Golden Eagle pursuit there, just nowhere to turn it up.
Well, you know, when you run this this bunch wide sweep, you have to be able to stop penetration. And Jackson Moses was in the backfield almost as quick as the handoff was, and really a pretty nice job by Harris to just not end up losing about 5 yards.
Yeah, just had to try to loop around Moses, and that kind of got him going sideways. So big third down and long now for the Wildcats.
I know it's early, but this is a big play right here.
Fake the screen, look back the other side. They'll screen it over there. And not a whole lot going on. Good defensive play on the far side. And that is number 19 on the other side, and a good stop there by Fomby.
Yeah, this is that double screen, and you know there's one blocker and 3 defenders out there, and that's not a recipe for success. You know, good fake, well set up, but just not enough blockers out there to handle the defenders, and that play went for naught.
Chapman's going to have to punt the football away for the Wildcats. It's a good snap and gets it out of there, end over end kick, and it's going to bounce down the far sideline. They'll say it goes out of bounds about the 40-yard line. That's where it'll be first down and 10 for the Golden Eagles. The first drive, again, a steady dose of Ron Wiggins, and they are able to cash it in for a 7-point lead. 6:48 left here in the first.
Well, you can say that. Well, our plan is to control Wiggins, and a lot easier said than done.
Absolutely.
And, he really, you can see why he has so much yardage. He really is he's got the total package. Great vision, great balance, quick feet. Got some power in those hips.
High snap, bobbled away, and then fight for it, and Osteen's going to get it. The White Plains Wildcats going to come out of there with it. That's Will Osteen. The snap was high to Jackson. He got one hand on it. Was trying to set up the speed sweep, and it bounced off of that hand. And kind of laid on the turf, and out of nowhere, Osteen scoots in there and gets it.
I'm not real sure that. Yeah, I thought it was touched by the speed sweep back coming across. You see, there's a tip, another tip, and really nice heads-up play that time by Osteen to pop down on that thing. Of course, this is great break and great opportunity now for White Plains. Again, they've got to convert.
It's time. Rolling out to the near side is Chapman. Got some pressure, throwing it late, and going to be incomplete. Tried to find Daniel coming across the formation. Great coverage downfield. There was just nowhere to throw the football.
Yeah, everybody was covered up, and he was able to get to the edge, but not really wide enough, or with his shoulders turned downfield to give him that run-pass option, and just very well defended by Jacksonville.
This Golden Eagles defense has been allowing 22 points a ball game, but they have played very strong here in this first period. Second down and 10 now. Back to the run, left side. Good positive run, and then thrown out of bounds on the far boundary is going to be Harris.
Harris on the carry.
And he'll get some positive yards. Set up a very manageable third down now.
In my notes right here, I wrote down SPEED, and I can, you can see why. He has great speed, very elusive guy too, and looked very impressive on that run right there.
Sets up a third down, a long 2. You see it there. With 3 wideouts to the near side. Again, another big play for this Wildcat offense. Trying to put a drive together. Confusion in the backfield, and fighting ahead and getting the first down is going to be Chapman. He and Harris collided in the backfield, and Chapman keeps his wits about him and finds a little gap, and he moves it forward to rattle the chains and get the first down.
Yeah, I don't know whether this was supposed to be a counter pull to the quarterback or whether Harris was supposed to lead block right there, but there was a quick collision, but a good surge by the Wildcat offensive line to pick up a key first down.
Well, and they say that they're saying 4th and 1. Let's see here. They're going to bring it apart, and looks like they'll probably measure. It's close.
I'm going to say he made it by half a football.
I thought that looked like he'd gotten past the chains, but it's going to depend here on the spot. And see how there it is. By full football, they'll get the first down.
Actually, Tommy, that's 3/4 of a football.
Yeah, that's what you meant. You misread your tape measure.
I think the line was a little crooked.
That's what it was. That's what it was. So big first down there for the White Plains offense. Just under 6 minutes left here in the first.
Would you say maybe that's an intense look on Coach Tyree's face?
I don't think it's left yet. I think this has pretty much been his look the entire ball game. He's dedicated to winning. That's something, this Wildcat program has not been able to do. And talking to him last night, he said, hey, I came here to win ball games. And he knows the task and knows exactly what he can make happen. And again, just trying to get that big win to get this thing going. I mean, you look at this team that's won 3 games this year. This is the most that they've won in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, the program's been down for a long, long time, and the fact that they're still in the playoff hunt, I think, speaks volumes for the job that he has done. Now, in that last play, Jacksonville lined up in a 5-man front, pinched the 2 tackles hard inside, and really got great penetration. That play went nowhere.
Chapman with a dart across the middle. The catch is going to be made, finding his way close to the 20-yard line. That's Tyree on the catch there.
Little RPO look. Came with a run fake right there. The linebacker went with it, threw the slant right into the void. Nice throw and catch, great concentration. And very effective play right there, and brings up this 3rd and short.
Carson Tyree at 6'3", good target on the outside for Chapman. Go back to the run game right up the middle, and getting his first down again is Jaden Chapman. Good, tough running. White Plains putting together a good little drive here.
And I tell you, a pretty good surge up front now by the White Plains offensive line. They have gotten into those white jerseys and knocked them back a little bit. And again, you mentioned the left side of that line, as we started this football game, and they continue to run behind them.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats. Chapman back to pass, looking. Now going to tuck it under, in trouble, and shakes one defender, and he'll fight his way back to the original line of scrimmage and set up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was Sam Dingler that got to him and flushed him out of the pocket, and ran him back to that short side and just really nowhere to go.
Again, you look at the coverage downfield, though. There is just nowhere for him to throw the football. There's nobody open. That quick slant is all that they've been able to do offensively because the coverage downfield has just been suffocating.
Any kind of straight drop back or sprint action really has had nowhere to go with it. Jacksonville's done a good job of dropping to their zones and matching up with the receivers in their area.
2nd down and 10 here. Chapman and Harris in the backfield, and whistle stops the play, and I believe had to get a timeout. I think the play clock was winding down, and we're going to have to try to get some things straightened out as we continue. HSAA Game of the Week brought to you by Ox Foundations.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Youth suicide. Don't want to talk about it? You should. Hi, I'm Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs. By knowing the warning signs associated with suicide and knowing how to help, you could save a life. Visit jasonfoundation.com and start learning how you can make a difference.
things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Locally owned and accredited, Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Second down and long for the Wildcats here. They'll give it off to Harris. He tries the left side, going to be chopped down. Good play right at the line of scrimmage, and leading the way there is going to be Cameron Parker from his DN spot.
Yeah, the 6 foot, 215-pound senior got underneath the block to that side, and a really nice tackle to bring that down for a minus yardage play.
Mark it at about the just inside the 20-yard line, about the 17. So back inside the red zone. Brought to you by Metro Goals. Chapman trying to stay in the red zone. He's in trouble, and he's going to lose yardage. Throws it late, and I believe they may get a grounding call there. Let's see. As he was in the grass, just kind of threw it to get rid of it. And the officials are looking, and they will say, see if we got any call. It looks like he saved a lot of yardage here. As you see him get back here in trouble, and the penetration all over him, so he's kind of wrapped up. He's looking around, and he's going to throw it. He got 51, 53, 75 there. There was a 6 back behind there.
And they must have said
they must have seen him.
Enough. Yeah, that's another big play right there by Cameron Parker.
They marked it off. They did get
okay, yeah.
They moved it all the way back here to the 36-yard line. So it's 4th down and about 25 to go for the Wildcats. Chapman steps back, pressure again, rolls to the left side. Looking, now going to throw it late down the middle, and the catch is going to be made. Inside the 25-yard line, 20-yard line, all the way down to about the 17-yard line. That's a good run after the catch for Quinn Wilson. And looks like there's a flag on the play again.
And that was just kind of a scramble type play, and I thought for a minute there he was going to pop another one and pick up a first down. This flag obviously could be pretty big.
Let's see what we get here. Talking to the Jacksonville captain.
And he may very well back him up and try it again with the ball on the 17.
What we get here. Holding is the call against the Wildcats.
Going to be holding against the Wildcats.
They decline it so that they can keep possession there on 4th down. So,
and you know,
Jacksonville ball.
Excuse me, Tommy. I was just going to say, I think one of the big storylines in this game so far is White Plains has had a real hard time holding the Jacksonville front at bay.
Yeah.
They've really put tremendous pressure on Chapman, and if that continues, it's going to be a tough night for him.
We'll talk about it a little bit later, but you've got a 3-5 front that Jacksonville shows, but they're bringing more than 3, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But those 3 are also getting it done as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense, 1st down and 10, out at about the 16-yard line. Give it, second man through here, outside the 20-yard line, being pushed out of bounds. The carry that time is Morris, as he will
tackle made by number 7 Hall.
6 yards. Again, pretty good 1-2 punch there for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, well, good-looking young back, and of course Morris is a young back, just a sophomore, and again averages 9.9 yards a carry. And you can see why. Nifty little outside move right there, and he showed some speed as well.
2nd down now. Jackson will give it off to Morris. He's got a gap. He's got a 1st down out across the 25 and bring it out to about the 27-yard line. That's good for 1st down yardage for the Golden Eagles. Good blocking up front.
Yeah, watch this hole open up. Nice job by the tight bunch, and the left side of that line sealed everything inside. And again, it seems like Jacksonville can get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards anytime they want to.
1st down and 10 for the Golden Eagles. Again, the bunch set on the left side. They'll look over and get the play call from Coach Jamison Edwards, who's the offensive coordinator for the Golden Eagles. Give it off again. And taking it outside. Stepping out of bounds at about the 34-yard line again is Morris.
You know, that time White Plains is able to collapse the play down and plug that off tackle hole, but a good job by Morris of bouncing it outside, picked up another sizable gain.
Edwards making the calls over here. Second down and about 4 yards to go for this Golden Eagle offense.
Looks like coaches from the Mike Leach school of calling offenses. He's got to look just on a little note card.
Good throw on the outside, call by Barksdale. He's got another Golden Eagle first down. He'll take it out across the 40, close to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, you got to look right here why Jackson has these big numbers throwing the football. That ball got out in a hurry with something on it, and nice reception by Barksdale as well.
Barksdale, 22 catches coming in, 409 yards and 8 touchdowns. Leading receiver on the team, and that time he's able to pick up a first down. They'll mark it at about the 41-yard line.
Well, and he can go. He's already returned 2 kicks this year for scores as well.
Back to Wiggins. He'll try the left side. Very patient run. Now turns it upfield. Wiggins, as he will bring it to about the 48-yard line. Gain of about 7 on that play.
There are flags on
But
the play.
So we'll move some flags over there on the other side now.
But Jacksonville is getting 5, 6, 7, 8 yards on first down pretty consistently, and it's very, very difficult to stop a team when you give them that kind of yardage on first down. Now this may slow them up a little bit if it's on them.
Could be a hold over here at the point of attack. Looked like I saw a jersey get tugged a little bit. Let's see. Get the call here with 1:52 left here in this first period. They will be going against the Golden Eagles.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. Second man.
Move it back 10, so a holding there. So second down for Jacksonville here. Mark it inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Jackson rolls out to the right, flips it out there. The catch is going to be made to the 40-yard line, open field, midfield, and into White Plains territory. On the catch that time goes Maynor, as he will pick up a big gain there.
It's a boot action off of this tight bunch, and you know you always have a guy short, you have a guy in the middle, and a guy deep. And that time he hit Maynor, who was the middle receiver, and he can blast a little bit too. Showed some good speed. That's his 23rd catch on the year, and as we said, we hear so much about Wiggins, rightly so, but there's a lot of weapons on this Jacksonville team.
First down and 10. Speed sweep coming this way, trying to turn the corners. Green, wow, he is walloped just inside the 40-yard line. That is a big stop over there for the Wildcats, and bringing him down hard is going to be Walker Osteen. You see him go airborne here. Osteen just could. I'll go ahead and take you to the turf here.
I think Joseph Bolton got a piece of him as well, and now that's one of the rare first down plays that didn't get a bunch of yardage.
Picks up 4, so second down and 6 for the Golden Eagles here. Ball at about the 39-yard line. They'll go to Wiggins on the right side. He's hit, takes defenders forward. He'll fight to about the 35, so give him a gain of 4. Sets up a third down and 2. Jacksonville on the move again. Just when you think you got Wiggins kind of hemmed up a little bit, he turns on the power and able to move the pile forward.
Yeah, and as we've seen, you know, he's got some playmates too. You can't just lock in on him. There's plenty of other firepower on this offensive unit, and it makes it very, very tough on the White Plains defense.
Third and a couple. They'll go to Wiggins' left side. Hesitates and then finds a little gap. And he will take it down just outside the 30, maybe the 31-yard line, but that's good for a Golden Eagle first down. And that is the end of the first. Onside kick opened it up for the Wildcats, but the first score of the night belongs to the Golden Eagles. 7-0, Jacksonville on top. This is the HSAA Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations.
under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Nothing our score as we open up the second period. Jacksonville on the move as they have it just outside the 30, the 31-yard line. First down and 10 for the Golden Eagles. Quick screen, but a flag comes in and stops that one. I believe the illegal procedure. As we'll get the call. Yeah, that's going to go against the Golden Eagles, moving back 5. Coach, you said in the pregame one thing they've got to watch out for are these unforced errors, and that's really been the only thing that stopped the Golden Eagles much at all here in this first half.
Well, especially, you know, as you get, you know, into that freewheeling zone and down into the red zone, those penalties kind of magnify themselves. And when you have a good drive going, the last thing you want to do is to, you know, give up 5 precious yards right there, unforced.
Give it off to Wiggins as he will cut it back inside and get about 3 of those back, and going to bring up a second down about 12.
You know, you have to admire a little bit. You know, really the White Plains defenses, I mean, they're hanging tough in there now. They've been a good bit and give up some big plays, but they're a scrappy bunch now. And you know, we heard that they played very hard, and they certainly are so far tonight.
Coach Tyree used that word that a lot of coaches like to use these days, chunk plays, wants to limit those, and so far he's done a good job doing that. The pass over the middle to Barksdale, he'll get a big gain just outside the 15 at about the 16-yard line. Just a quick slant right there from Jackson to Barksdale.
Yeah, and, you know, this is a great throw by Jackson. Watch him load up his backside and drive that ball right on the numbers, and good concentration by Barksdale, and that's a chunk play.
That's a big one. Down gets first down and 10 at about the 16-yard line into the Metro Goals red zone, where it's first down and 10 for the Golden Eagles. 2 split outs to either side. They'll look to the side, and of course, if you're looking for basketball goals, maybe some soccer goals, maybe goalposts, check out Metro Goals out of Helena. Pass on the outside, can't hang on, and off the hands of Maynard. Brings up a second down and 10.
That little flip pass is not the easiest pass in the world to throw or catch, and you know, that time it was a little bit high and it went right through Maynard's hands. Now, you know, White Plains has played a good bit of 8-man front, 4 down linemen, 2 inside linebackers, 2 outside linebackers, you know, to handle that running game. But it does make you a little bit vulnerable in the secondary.
Second down and 10 now for the Wildcats, or for the Golden Eagles against this Wildcat defense. We'll go to Wiggins. He's hitting the backfield, bounces off, trying to turn the corner, and he is going to fight through a couple of defenders and take it all the way into the end zone. Did he step out over on the far side, or did he get in? He used the stiff arm, and I believe he stayed in bounds, and that is a Jacksonville Golden Eagle touchdown. Wow, what a run by Wiggins.
Well, you know, I mean, a normal back is flush in the backfield. I mean, he is down dead for rights right there. I mean, Zachary Limbers has him, but what a tremendous move to the outside. Bounces around the end, great speed, and gets in the end zone for Jacksonville's second score.
Showed the power there as well, and then stays in bounds to get the Golden Eagles up by 13.
Yeah, let me clean it up a little bit. That was Hayden Williams that I thought had him in the backfield, and he just slipped that thing, and boy, what a move.
Terrell's extra point is up, and it's good. And the Golden Eagles go up by 2 scores, 14-0. We'll take a quick break. 10:39 left in the first half. This is the HSAA Game of the Week.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7 live from Jordan Hare.
What's lurking under your home? Moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions will help you with the best plan to keep your home safe. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Golden Eagles to kick it off, 14-0. They lead over White Plains early in the second period. Another directional kick. They filled at about the 25-yard line. Trying to find a gap, can't find one, so he'll bring it out of bounds over here on the near side. As Wilson can't find anywhere to go, so first down and 10 for the White Plains Wildcats. And Coach, a very important drive for this Wildcat offense. Yeah, it really is. I mean, you're down 2 scores, still pretty early in the game, but you want to get something going for 2 reasons. Number one, obviously to tighten the score, but you want to get that defense a chance to regroup. You'd like to say give the defense a chance to rest, but a lot of guys playing 2 ways for White Plains, but at least they can regroup mentally just a little bit. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 will come to the left. Chapman and Harris in the backfield. Now Harris flanks out. Chapman in trouble, steps up, he's going down. That time they bring Moses right up the gut from his linebacker spot, and he'll get the big sack of Chapman in the backfield. Well, White Plains is going to empty the backfield, and there's 2 ways to defend it: drop everybody or bring everybody. Guess which one Jacksonville did? That's right. And, you got 5 blockers, and if they bring more than 5 rushers, somebody's going to get clean. And that time it was Jackson Moses that really came through untouched. Also about 10 on the play, so second down and 20 we'll call it. Chapman has really had the pressure in his face every time he's dropped back here in this ball game. That's been one of the big stories of this game. He just has not been able to set up and throw with any rhythm at all. They empty it again, and here comes the pressure again. They'll go with the screen. Bubble screen is caught out here. And Hall is going to move it forward out to about the 26-yard line, gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the play. Well, this is a tunnel screen right here, and really pretty well executed. You see the lineman fanning up front to get some blocks downfield, picks up about 5 or 6, shows how important these negative yardage plays are. And instead of it being 3rd and 4, it's 3rd and 14 because of that big loss on first down. Jackson Moses with another stop there. We saw him blitz on the play before and then come up with a stop there on second down. Chapman back to pass. This time got a little bit of time. Now steps up, rolls back to the near side, and he's going to have to tuck it under and run, get what he can, and he'll get out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. He'll gain about 4 yards, so sets up a 4th and 10. It'll be punting time for the Wildcats. Well, that time Jacksonville only rushed 3 initially, brought a 4th guy late, but the coverage was deep, played that down at distance like you're supposed to and just really know where to go with the football. Good job of converting from pass coverage to run support and pinning him to the sideline, and good hustling play right there to bring up this kicking situation. Chapman just, again, nowhere to throw the football. The coverage downfield has been excellent by the Golden Eagles, and just not giving him anywhere to throw it. Now punt the ball away, low end over end kick. Going to be fielded about the 35-yard line. Barksdale trying to go all the way across the field. He gets stopped momentarily, then spins away from that and gets to the wall. Goes to the far side, and he'll bring it across midfield. Flag comes in. I believe that could be the old blindside block there. And official will sort that out, but it looks like there was a illegal block against the Golden Eagles. There's a big missed tackle right there. It looked for a while like the net gain on that punt was going to be 0, but he turns that corner with yet another guy with a lot of speed for Jacksonville. They got some guys that can run, Tommy. A lot can move. It's actually going to be a block in the back against the Golden Eagles. I think we'll get a look at it right there. There's that one. And that one's going to come back. Yeah, if that was a block in the back, that was
at least worth debating.
That's gonna, they'll get the push right there in the middle of your screen. And then there's the shot, which could have been any other thing. Actually, could have been almost a blind side there. So, nevertheless, Golden Eagles will have pretty good field position to start this one.
You know, it's a good discussion point.
Absolutely. First down and 10 for the Golden Eagles. White Plains Wildcat defense going to try to come up with a stop. They go to Wiggins. He'll try the left side and fight his way across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Again, a good gain there on first down.
Just a searching, you know, dissecting type running style. You know, it looks like he's always looking for that cut. Really quick with his feet. I tell you, it reminds me. I'm going to really date myself here, but it reminds me a lot of Gale Sayers. That kind of a, you know, his feet are never very far off the ground.
Here comes Barksdale with a wall of blockers in front. 30-yard line. Barksdale into the sideline. 10, 15, and he's into the end zone. Barksdale on the run, and he will go in for the 6 and a 20-0 Golden Eagle lead.
And boy, could he pick him up and lay him down now. When he got on the edge, he turned on the afterburners, and there was no catching him. You know, this is just a speed sweep. You know, pretty well blocked. As you can see, there's nobody to contain on the edge, and then once he turns it upfield, well, nobody's going to catch him.
Yeah, he put the speed in speed sweep there, and Ron Wiggins downfield to really the only block, and he'll go in untouched. And a 20-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. Extra point coming up. And it is up, and don't believe he got that one. I think Terrell pulled that one. He did. And it's a 20-0 Golden Eagle lead here late in the first half. We'll take a timeout on the HSAA Game of the Week.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundation. Bozarth on the return that time, and get it out to about the 30-yard line, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Wildcats. And Coach, they need something positive offensively to go right here.
Yeah,
7:50 left in the first half.
Yeah, they really do. You know, you'd like to get a quick score and kind of get the momentum turned a little bit, but really. A nice sustained drive for a score might even be more helpful in the long run. They just, you know, they've got to do something to give them some confidence. They just haven't been able to put really anything together yet.
Hand it off right side, trying to get through a little gap, but taking a wallop is Harris, and he was bashed by Sam Dingler, outside linebacker.
Yeah, he came in and filled hard. You know, Sam seems to be everywhere. Plays both sides of the ball, and seems to always be around the ball.
They gained about 3 yards. We'll call it second down and 7. Two split outs will come to the near side. One goes to the far side. Chapman in the backfield. Looks like Daniel back there with Harris, and they'll give it off, and not a place to run for Harris, and he's hitting the backfield. Jackson Moses in there, and also coming in with him is Joseph Bolton.
Yeah, they stunted both inside linebackers, and Moses is going to be stacked right over the center. He's going to hit the A gap, the gap right to his right to our left as we look at it, and just untouched by the White Plains offensive line, and makes a big hit in the backfield.
Third down and 9 for the Wildcats. They'll send two receivers to the right, two come to the left. Chapman is Jacksonville threatens the pressure. Here comes Dingler from the outside. Chapman in trouble, and he is going to go down back at about the 20-yard line. Just nowhere to throw the football, and Golden Eagles all over it. They smell the blood in the water, and they get the big sack there, and another punting situation for the Wildcats.
Well, this is Cameron Parker again, who, you know, has really had his way, frankly, for the most part, with Ethan Bozarth at left guard. Bozarth has had a very hard time stopping that inside move, and you know, it's really a credit to the quickness of Parker. He's kind of made a living in the White Plains backfield so far tonight.
Chapman going to have to punt the football away, and the story of this game has been that Golden Eagle defense here in this first half.
Flags on the play.
The flag on the play. We'll get the official call. And it's offsides against the defense. So Golden Eagles move into the neutral zone. Still got 4th down and long, and punting unit stays out there for White Plains. Get it out of there. B. Chapman. Good snap. Kicks it out of there. Let's see, off the side of his foot, and it's going to hit and go out of bounds on the far side.
Ball kind of whirly-birded out of there, and really just kind of looked like one of my drives.
And Smith there he catches the punt and gives it to the official. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Golden Eagles at about the 37-yard line. Coach Chandler Tyree frustrated over here on the near sideline as he is trying to get something to go positively for this Wildcat team.
And you can see the body language on the White Plains sideline. It's you know, a lot of concern, and not much has gone right to this point.
1st down and 10. Going deep is Jackson, looking for Barksdale. Goes up, good defensive play that time. That was a well-defended play, and that's going to be Williams getting his hand on it, knocking it away. It brings up 2nd and 10, and Barksdale, good sportsmanship right there as he says, hey, man, that was a great play on you.
Yeah, really right in phase with the receiver. Watch him go up and put his hand right between the receiver's hands, knock that ball away just like you draw it up. Really just an exceptional play by Khalil Williams.
2nd down and 10 now. They'll tighten things up. Will the Golden Eagles, 2nd and long. Give it off to Morris. He'll try the left side. Nothing there. Bounces back. Ball is still alive, and he's still in trouble. Keeps retreating. He's in trouble all the way back in midfield. That is a great play by this Wildcat defense. Chasing him down, the same guy that runs it is Jaden Harris, and he'll get the stop. That is a huge loss for this Golden Eagle offense.
It's great pursuit. And, you know, you watch Morris. I mean, to his credit, he breaks a lot of tackles right here,
including Morris.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, but every one he breaks, he goes backwards 5 more yards, and so the end result is his average per carry just went south.
Morris had the first hit and the last one on that play.
Yes. How many times have you seen that?
Not many. But 3rd and long now.
It's be what, 3rd and Aniston?
Yeah, 3rd and looks like it. At least Lindlock. Jackson's going to throw it deep. Good pressure there. He slings it up, not going to get there. Had a man in his face as he chunked that one deep, and it's going to bring up 4th down for the Golden Eagles. Yeah, that was a well-played defense that time by White Plains as they were able to get a good stop there. Again, that one big play, getting the huge loss, really aided in that defensive effort.
It really did, and that's just what the doctor ordered really for White Plains. It's by far the brightest spot of this half for them, and really just great tenacity. And you know, it seemed like every time Morris broke a tackle, he lost 5 more yards, and that's due to the great pursuit.
Jim Ogle going to punt the football away. End over end kick, going to hit, bounces off the return man and jumping back on it. Very alertly getting back on it at about the 22-yard line. But this Jacksonville defense has been the story, Coach. The way they have played, they have been everywhere. Chapman just nowhere to throw that football.
Yeah, that, you know, great pressure that time by Peanut Adams and the interception. They have lived in the White Plains backfield, and you know, for a while there I thought Cameron Parker was playing offense. He was lined up back there so many times, and really they've given White Plains very, very little pause for celebration.
Chapman must be thinking there's about 20 defenders over there. Every time he drops back, there's just nowhere to throw and nowhere to run at this point. Give it to Osteen. Near side, he cuts it back. He's going to be hit and get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be about it. That's a big pop over there by Prater as he leads the way for the Golden Eagles.
You know, one of the things you look at is that Jacksonville has spent a good bit of the night in some form of a three-man front, but you don't see many blue shirts getting up to that second level to those linebackers off of combination blocks or just straight one-on-one blocking. And those linebackers have been pretty much able to roam at will, unblocked from sideline to sideline. It makes it really, really tough.
Question is are they bringing an extra linebacker every play? That's what I'm trying to see, if they're just reading it that quick, but it looks like they're coming in there. Pitching it back to Osteen, trying to get to the corner. He'll cut it back. He'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, well, you know, it seems like Jackson Moses, one of the inside linebackers, is in the backfield just about every snap. And, you know, what he's doing is he's knifing from his linebacker position, you know, through one of those guard gaps seen right there, and he's unblocked. And, you know, the combination between the center and the backside guard should work up to him, but that's not happening.
Either he is reading extremely quick or it's pretty much they're bringing him and he just chooses which gap he wants. Third down and long for White Plains here. Chapman back, pressure coming. Down the middle he goes, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended out here for Tyree. And almost a pick on the other end that time.
Yeah, great pressure again. You're going to see that number 51, the right guard for White Plains, Colby Knight, you know, really, I mean, is the victim of a bull rush. Just tremendous heat in the kitchen by the Jacksonville front. Very difficult to throw the football.
Wildcats got to punt the football away again. Player coming on late, but Chapman back in punt formation. So he'll get it out of there quickly, end over end kick, and this one over here on the near side will go out of bounds. Let's wait and see where they mark it. We may have a flag back on the play. I think they may have hit Chapman as he is on the ground. Let's see if that is indeed the indication. Coach Tyree says it's got to be. As he will move that one forward and get the first down here. So the officials discussing it. We'll get it sorted out here. Plains would love to keep their offense. They've got to keep the offense on the field, and that would be huge. Tyree indicating, hey, we got to keep it. They give him running into the kicker. I did not see the personal foul indication. Let's see, is it still going to be 15? They move it forward 5. And so now that's going to just still leave 4th and 2. He kicks it, and crashing in there is Bolton, just cuts his legs out from under him. So it's going to still leave 4th down and 2. Wildcat looks like the offense is coming back out there. They're going to go for it here, 4th and 2, deep in their own territory. And Golden Eagles say, hey, let's take a timeout and think about this one, because Chapman was on the field, and we'll take the break. 2:51 remaining here in the first half, 20-0 our score. This is the HSAA Game of the Week, brought to you by Ox Foundations.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA.
4th down, and the Wildcats going to go for it. Now they shift out. 2 receivers to either side. Maybe trying to draw them into the neutral zone here. Chapman with a long snap count. They'll set it up offensively, and Tyree right next to the official will call a timeout.
Their second timeout of the half.
Trying to draw them offside.
Just trying to get a first down there, so they could be back in punt formation here.
Yeah, certainly worth a try, and good discipline by Jacksonville not to fall for that. We've seen more than a few this year that have.
I think that's why Jacksonville called the timeout, to say, hey, they may go with a long snap count here. Let's go ahead and try to make sure we're disciplined and do not enter the neutral zone.
Move on movement, not on sound.
That's it. 4th and 2 now. You would expect White Plains to punt the football away and count on their defense to keep Jacksonville off the scoreboard here in this last 2:51. Hoping to get a word with Coach Chandler Tyree as they make their way to the locker room. John Holder working the sidelines for us tonight. We'll try to chase down Coach Tyree. Back in punt formation now is Chapman. Golden Eagles look to be setting up a return here.
I think they're a little wary of a fake too, because they got 10 guys within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Gonna punt it, and again it goes out of bounds, and they'll say last hit at about the 42-yard line. So it's 1st down and 10 for the Golden Eagles here. Again, 2:44 remaining.
And I think with
in
really
this first half,
with really good field position again too.
We've seen the speed sweep work. We've seen Wiggins able to make big plays. The guy right there, Luke Jackson, can make some things happen from quarterback as well. So you may see him kind of air it out here in the last 2.5 minutes or so.
You know, Jackson's junior year was spectacular. He had 34 touchdown passes last year as a junior. He's got a bunch again this year. Speed sweep again.
There's Green, and good pursuit out there by Osteen to chase him down. And actually, right there on the stop is Will Osteen, and also on the stop is Walker Osteen as they combine for the stop there. Gain of about 2.5. We'll call it, well, maybe like 3. We'll say about 2nd and 7 looks like from here.
Good job by that young man of getting off the block and reacting back inside and making a nice open field tackle.
Speed sweep it now the other way. Here's Barksdale. Last time he did it, he took it to the house. This time he'll bring it across the 45-yard line, and he will move it. They'll mark him out at about 41-yard line. And Barksdale, as you said, Coach, plenty of speed when he gets corner. Got those blockers out in front.
And nice job by Ron Wiggins getting out in front and just shielding the defender off and allowing his teammate to get an extra 8, 9, 10 yards. That speed sweep is so tough now. I mean, you know, if you play it, I'm sure they have the counter series and the power series off of it. It really is one of the best series in football.
1st down and 10 at the 41-yard line. 3 wideouts come to the near side. Green goes in motion to the far side. Jackson rolls out to the left, flips it out there, caught by Green. He regathers himself and able to get about a yard, and that's going to be about it. They'll stop him there.
That was a lot of hard work for 1 yard.
It was.
He went in motion, slid in underneath. They tried to dump it to him out in the flat, but just pretty well defended right there. Ball hangs in there a long time, and watch the pursuit catch this thing and wrapped up in really very minimal gain.
So 2nd and 9 now. Clock rolling with 1:24. 2nd down and long as Jackson looks to the side. They lead by 20. So he'll step back, gonna throw it deep. Got a man down there, catch is made. Walking into the end zone is Green. I think they had settled in looking for that screen on the outside, and Green took it down the sideline. They hit him in stride for another Golden Eagle touchdown.
Yeah, well, Yasmin Green just runs right by the corner on that side. That's his 7th TD of the year, and you said it's a straight fly pattern, and I don't know whether the corner to that side busted. That's the safety trying to come over the top, but just easy pickings right there, and that mountain just got real, real high for White Plains.
26-0 the score. And the Golden Eagles will go for the extra point here. There's Terrell. Out of the hold of Jackson. Terrell's kick is up, and it's good. 27-0, your new score with 1:05 left here in the first half. As we said, we've seen the runs of Wiggins, now the arm of Jackson.
You know, they do show the quick screen out on the perimeter, but there's really no pump fake right there. I mean, it's just the eyes are straight downfield. What a beautiful throw, right in stride, and as I said, they look like they were out to practice early.
27-0 the score. Number 5 team in Class 4A getting it done here on the road. Coach Clint Smith probably trying to decide what he can talk to his troops about at halftime.
Pretty emotional guy, isn't he?
He really is. You can tell. He's fired up.
Yeah, it looks like he's one of those coaches that's the same just about all the time, and he's got an impressive football team tonight. I tell you, and boy, Luke Jackson throws a pretty football.
He really does.
He can spin it.
All right, you're a coach, and you're 27-0, and your team has played, you hate to say flawless, but they have played very well here in the first half. What do you try to talk about if you're Coach Clint Smith? What do you tell your troops at halftime? Keep it going?
Yeah, I think you say, hey, we're going to focus on the Golden Eagles now.
That's right.
And, we don't want mistakes. We don't want unforced errors. We don't want turnovers. We want to stay after them. We've got big goals, for this season, and we don't want to let up for 1 second.
Wilson on the return for the Wildcats. They'll bring it out to the 37-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. With under a minute left in the first half.
Well, and I think, the smarter play at this point may be to, run that clock and let's get out of this half. Let's get in there, see if we can regroup and come back and play a good second half and maybe get back in this game.
Said this, we came in talking about the explosive offense for Jacksonville, and I think after this first half, we just talk about the way the defense has played so well and the pressure up front, but the secondary coverage has just been blanketing. And here's back to pass. Chapman got pressure, steps up, going to be hit, and he'll be dropped at about the 34-yard line. And once again, Jackson Moses. This guy has been everywhere in the first half.
Yeah, and once again, working that guard-to-guard gap right there. That time there was a little brush block on him, but he ran right through that. You're going to see him come from the left side of your screen. It seems like he and Cameron Parker are in about every negative play that we've seen for Jacksonville.
Under a half-minute remaining. Chapman shotgun formation. They will snap it. Pressure across the middle and deflected at the line of scrimmage. Falls incomplete.
Knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Clock stops with 13.6 seconds on it.
Gonna bring up third down for the Wildcats.
And you're looking at, again, Parker, who has had a tremendous first half. As he and Jackson Moses have dealt misery in the backfield for White Plains.
Yeah, they've been a two-man wrecking crew. It seems like they've been in on every single tackle.
We'll give it off this time to Harris. He'll try to find some running room. And that man again, Cameron Parker, comes across and makes the stop. As that will wrap up the first half. Again, a dominating performance by this Jacksonville Golden Eagle team, especially defensive. I'll tell you what, they have really stymied every drive that the Wildcats have been able to put together here in this first half. 27-0 our score. And we will check in with John Holder as he's got Coach Chandler Tyree.
Coach, you began the game with a successful onside kick, but this Jacksonville defense, just a ton of great speed on the defensive side.
Yeah, they have a lot of team defense. We're just really playing uninspired and see what we can go in here and fix at halftime, make some adjustments and coach us, see if we can get our guys going. And I mean, I understand that they're the big guy on the block, but, man, eventually we got to step up and play when we play a team like this. So hopefully we will get it together at halftime. This is on me as a head coach. When you don't play good, you have to fix some stuff. I'll get in here and talk with the coaches, see if we can get the guys going and see if we can actually play some inspired football on the second half.
Coach, appreciate the time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Chandler Tyree, head coach of the White Plains Wildcats here at halftime at Robertson Field.
Thanks a lot, John. 27-0 our score. Wildcats are down to the Golden Eagles as they'll try to get inspired here at halftime. We'll continue with our halftime show in just a moment on AHSAA Game of the Week.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Youth suicide. Don't want to talk about it? You should. Hi, I'm Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs. By knowing the warning signs associated with suicide and knowing how to help, you could save a life. Visit jasonfoundation.com and start learning how you can make a difference.
Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Locally owned and accredited, Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations. Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Here at halftime, 27-0. Jacksonville with a lead over White Plains. John Holder down on the sideline with another special guest here at the sideline of White Plains.
I think you guys will agree that basically we have great coaches in the state of Alabama, but we also have great coaches' wives. I know Coach Rhodes will agree with that for sure. And we've got a new program, basically a new organization in the state of Alabama called Beyond the Bleachers, started here in East Alabama by a couple of my guests here. We have with us the wife of Jamison Edwards of Jacksonville High School, Katie Edwards, and the wife of the head coach of the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, Clint Smith, Ashley Smith. They are guests, and they are a part of an organization called Beyond the Bleachers. And this is a organization just for coaches' wives. So, Katie, Ashley, welcome in. Glad to have you with us tonight here on the sidelines to tell us about Beyond the Bleachers. So, what is this organization all about?
Well, you nailed it when you said that this is an organization that is for coaches' wives. You know, you don't really think about it when you first enter into marriage. You were just all puppy dog eyes, and it's all about the love. And as you kind of go through the seasons with your coach, you realize that this is hard work. This is a difficult thing. And so Beyond the Bleachers is an organization that is for coaches' wives to support each other and love each other and encourage each other.
And it's not just in East Alabama. It began here in the Anniston, Gadsden, Calhoun, Etowah County area, but this thing has already gone statewide. In just a couple of months, this thing has grown to hundreds of members across the state of Alabama and also even in neighboring states, right?
Absolutely. We have lots of coaches' wives all over the state, but also in Georgia and Tennessee, so we are growing very rapidly.
Now, Ashley, this is basically to be a part of this, you communicate via Facebook, but this is a closed Facebook, right? So
hot under the collar because your
wife out there in the state of Alabama or beyond watching tonight on the AHSAA, on our Game of the Week here on the WOTM, how can they become a part of Beyond the Bleachers?
Well, Coaches' Wives, you can Facebook search us, Beyond the Bleachers, and it's a closed group, so you'll have to ask to join, and as soon as we can verify that you're a Coach's wife, we'll let you join us. It's just lots of encouragement, different Coaches' Wives posts. A lot of us have a lot of experience over a lot of years together, and we post encouraging things, but also fun things like tips, cooking tips, what to pack on cold nights for football games. A lot of fun, but just encouraging. Coach's wife life can be lonely sometimes, especially if you've had to move away from your family. And so as coaches' wives, we depend on one another. And so if your family's not close by, it's just a way to encourage, empower, and equip is what we want to do for these coaches' wives.
And I know your husband is the head football coach, but this is for assistant coaches. This is not just for football coaches. This is all sports and all coaches, right?
All sports, all coaches. Katie and I are football wives, but she's also a baseball wife. So we run the gamut of all sports.
This thing is in its infancy, and we talked about the growth already, but you've got a lot of special things that you want to do. One of those special events is coming up in East Alabama, coming up next month in just a few weeks. Tell us about that.
Yes, John, we are so excited about this. This is going to be a brunch just for coaches' wives, and it is completely and totally free. Yes, you heard that right. It is free brunch for coaches' wives. And we are so excited. We're going to have coaches' wives from anywhere and everywhere. If you are within driving distance and you are a coach's wife, we want you to join us. It's going to be in Oxford at Hubbard's on Main. And we're just thrilled. We're going to have door prizes. I think we even talked about giving away a massage possibly, which if you're a coach's wife, we know you need a massage and you know you need a massage. So we're really excited about it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's November 16th. And again, if you are within driving distance, we would love to have you join us.
Ashley and Katie, also we want to make, as we kind of wrap up our time here, we want to make this clear to folks that this is more than a support group. This really is a ministry also, right?
It is, John. You know, the book of Titus in the Bible talks about the older women teaching the younger women how to love their husbands. And again, I think when you first get married, you think, who's going to have to tell me how to love my husband? And then you marry a coach and you think, you know what, somebody does need to tell me how to love this man in the season and out of season, because it's not always easy.
All right, and Ashley, 27-0 here for your husband here at the half, the head coach. So I guess you got a smile on your face, pretty happy on this Thursday night, right?
Yes, especially because we all have to go back to work tomorrow. We're not on fall break.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for being with us. Beyond the Bleachers, if you are a coach's wife, you need to go to Facebook, make that request, and be a part of that group, a great support group and ministry here for coaches' wives in the state of Alabama. Katie Edwards, Ashley Smith, our guests with us here on the sidelines at Robertson Field in White Plains, Alabama tonight.
Thanks for going.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Youth suicide. Don't want to talk about it? You should. Hi, I'm Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs. By knowing the warning signs associated with suicide and knowing how to help, you could save a life. Visit jasonfoundation.com and start learning how you can make a difference.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7 live from Jordan-Hare.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
27-0 our score at the halftime. Jacksonville leading over White Plains. Time to enjoy the White Plains Blue Brigade Marching Band. The show this year is entitled Blame It on the Boogie. The show includes Blame It on the Boogie by the Jackson 5, Boogie Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine Band. The drum feature is Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang, and they close with Boogie Wonderland. The band director is Sarah Bryant, and drum major is Caroline Griffiths. This is the White Plains High School Blue Brigade Marching Band. 27-0 our score at halftime. Again, the marching band from White Plains High School entertaining us here at the break. We'll continue with our coverage of halftime show again as the White Plains Wildcats hosting the Jacksonville Golden Eagles tonight on the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7 live from Jordan Hare.
You suicide. Don't want to talk about it? You should. Hi, I'm Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs. By knowing the warning signs associated with suicide and knowing how to help, you could save a life. Visit jasonfoundation.com and start learning how you can make a difference.
You see the score there, 27-0. Jacksonville leading over White Plains in this big region matchup tonight up in Calhoun County. Tommy Wood along with Coach Rick Rhodes here at halftime. And, Coach, when you look back at this first half, you see a team that, again, we knew how hungry White Plains would be. They came out with the onside kick, got it offensively, but the story of the game happened a couple of plays later. That Jacksonville defense has just really dominated.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, they have been in the White Plains backfield most of the night. They forced a ton of negative yardage plays. You know, the obvious skill things that we've seen by the ball handlers is very apparent. But I really think a big story in this game is the domination by the Jacksonville offensive and defensive lines. They've really had their way.
Yeah, the way in the trenches has been Jacksonville all in the first half. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Again, opening up with the onside kick. Again, when you don't think you're the favorite, you're the underdog in the ball game, you take chances like that, but you can't take chances throwing the ball late down the middle. And right there, a big pick to open up the game.
Yeah, and this kind of sets the tone really for the first half. And as you can see right here, that young man had, an average half for him. Just ran all over the field with lots of scores. Of course, that's Ron Wiggins, the All-State running back, who gets Jacksonville on the board. And White Plains will try to answer. But this is the story of the first half, and you're going to see that number right there, number 18, Jackson Moses. You know, he is everywhere. Speed sweep right here for a big score. That's Jaden Barksdale that takes it to the house.
Barksdale showing great speed there, and then they go to the air, throwing it deep, and you got Green behind everybody. He walks in. So, again, the big lead here at the halftime. Jacksonville leading 27-0. White Plains trying to regroup. We'll see how the second half turns out as we continue our coverage on the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7, live from Jordan Hare.
Coach Clint Smith, very laid-back approach in this one, leading 27-0. I think if you're the coach, like you said, you look at the first half and pretty much the message is, hey, we need to work on ourselves, stay sharp here in the second half. Let's don't get out here and get sloppy and go ahead and finish this one strong. Yeah, and I think he's in a position where he can talk to his team about, we have big fish to fry this season, and we certainly don't want to go backwards this half. We want to build every week to make this season something special. They certainly have the firepower to do it, and he's going to want another dominating half from his team. I think that's probably what he's saying to his bunch right now. On the other sideline, Chandler Tyree, I guarantee you they did not spend their time at halftime deciding what the post-game meal was going to be. No. He's going to try to motivate his guys, and win, lose, or draw, why he wants his guys to play in a much more positive way than they did in the first half, and he wants to leave this field tonight with a better feeling than any of them had at halftime. And when you look at a team like White Plains, and again the tradition, they're trying to build something special, and Coach Tyree, you hate to say change the culture, but that's kind of what you're doing. You're trying to convince your guys, hey, we can be competitive. We're going to go up against big teams, and sooner or later we're going to stand up and fight. And then I think that's kind of the message he delivered at halftime. No, I mean that's exactly what he's got to do. Tradition. There's two kinds of tradition in football at every level, and one is of consistent winning, but there's the other two. And White Plains has been down for a long time. Coach Tyree is trying extremely hard to change it. You already can see a noticeable difference in their team this year, and he really wants them to, get a little swagger back and to have a positive second half. So again, down 27-0, and they'll get the football to open up the second half as Terrell will be kicking it off for the Golden Eagles, and we'll see if they've kind of had a chance to offensively find ways to block that defensive front for Jacksonville. See if they can get something going. While we got a minute right here, how about our coaches' wives? How about that? Yeah, well, isn't that a great organization they put together? My hat's off to them. I've known a coach's wife for a long time, and they really are. They are saints, angels on earth, whatever cliche you want to use. They do so much, and I just want to say to those ladies how much I respect what they're doing. It's just a great organization. Fair catch calling for it about the 30-yard line, but you stop and think about. And working with these young ladies and talking about their organization, and when you look at coaches' wives, and I see it as I've been in the broadcast booth for 29 years. This is really the first year I've been able to sit in the stands in a long time and watch my son play. And you sit in the stands and you hear the things that are directed at coaches, and it just leaves you with your mouth open, saying, "Are you kidding me?" And I cannot imagine my spouse taking that type of thing. So as coaches' wives, sometimes you are feeling very alone when you have to deal with, with some situations like that. No, they are very, very tough people. They're very loving people, very giving people, and they really are. They're just very special in every way. And I could fill up this whole rest of this game telling stories about just my wife, and every coach's wife can tell the same ones. But they are selfless people that are not, that are unselfish to the nth degree, and they really dedicate themselves not only to their family, but to their second family, which is the guys on that football team. I can't even begin to count the number of guys that my wife has had an impact on and made major changes in their life just by the kind of person that she was. As we look at a strike, big throw right there, probably the best offensive play of the night for White Plains. So just to finish that, and my wife's story is not atypical. I mean, you can say that for every coach's wife. They're just wonderful, wonderful people. Yeah, and again, just hats off to those ladies there. And you sit there, and I know stories about coaches' wives that show up at practice on Thursday with cupcakes and popsicles and things like that, and just embrace. They have on the average about 60 kids on a Thursday that they're trying to help raise as well and spend time with and get close to. Yeah, so. just one quick story. We'll get back to the ball game as we see another slant right there, good break on the ball.
one year when I was at Troy, I had the time for the dining hall closing wrong, and when practice ended, my manager informed me the dining hall had been closed for 10 minutes. I had 110 hungry guys. Well, guess they all were invited to the Rhodes house, and they ate everything. My wife just kept cooking. We had, I think our nose guard had 5 hot dogs and 3 bowls of Raisin Bran.
There
that's
you
what
go.
they had for dinner. So,
great combo.
And she kept serving it all up, and that's just the way. That's just what they do. You know, they're going to take care of their kids.
2nd down and 10 for White Plains. They'll try to get something going offensively. They've picked up 1 first down to open up the second half, and out in the open is Chapman. He'll try to find a little running room, take it down to the 49-yard line. Chapman that time finds himself out in space a little bit.
Now, Tommy, is it me or are the boys in blue playing at a little bit quicker pace this half?
A little more urgency, I think, is the word that we're looking for there. I think that you see a different look in their eyes to open up this second half.
Yeah, it looks like that the speed of the film has been turned up just slightly right here, and you know that'd be good to see because, as we said, you know, they're trying to build a program.
Give it on the left side, not a lot of room there, and turned back is going to be Harris.
Just tough going inside. Just really nowhere to run right there. They ran right at the heart of the Golden Eagle defense, and that's just really a power play right there. And you can see all kind of white shirts, and Peanut Adams does the final slamming to the ground right there.
It's going to be 4th down and about 3 for the Wildcats here, and they'll keep the offense on the field, try to get this first down just inside Golden Eagle territory. Confusion. 2 players scamper off, 2 more come on. And we're going to have to hurry to get this play off. Chapman with the shotgun look, brings his man in motion across the formation. That's Wilson. Now he'll roll out to the right side. Going to tuck it under, try to run for the first down, and he's going to get it. Down to the 45-yard line goes Chapman there. Good run and a first down for White Plains.
Well, after the formation movement, the subs, and then the motion, just they could sprint to the outside to pick up a big first down.
Confidence builder there for the Wildcats. Looks like they got some chain trouble on the far side. The officials will wait and get the indication that it was indeed a first down. Now they'll move it forward.
They got it all straight now.
So first down and 10 for the Wildcats here. Plains trying to put a good drive together here, get on the board. Just outside the 45-yard line.
They've done a good job of mixing the run and pass in this drive. And
give up the middle, and not a lot of room that time for Harris as he tries the middle of that defense. And once again on the bottom of the pile, number 17, Cameron Parker for the Golden Eagles.
Tell you what, I'm glad I'm not writing down how many tackles he's had tonight. I'd have writer's cramp and my pen would be out of ink because he's been on every single play. He's had quite a night.
He's been a force up front. Now White Plains facing 2nd down and 10 here. Golden Eagles threaten the pressure. Here it comes. Throwing it deep and overshoots his man. Trying to hit Hall over on that far side, and Chapman just, I think he felt the pressure and just got rid of it. Tried to get as much as try to get it down there and try to get a big play, but that's just not wasn't near the receiver.
And really that may have been a victim of earlier pressures. Really the Jacksonville front for one of the few times tonight was not really that close, and he had some time to set his feet and try to, you know, throw with some authority. But it's been pretty hot in that kitchen back there, I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
And
big 3rd down play here if they can keep this drive alive. As Chapman drops back, and he does have pressure this time. He's in trouble, and they're going to take him back, and he will be slammed to the ground back there. Dingler on the stop. Also Parker back there as well, and a big loss for the Wildcats.
Yeah, well, they bring all out pressure this time, straight man coverage, and you know, there's just more white shirts than they can be blocked. And you know, at the end there, you know, it looked like Looked like Will Osteen got an assisted tackle right there.
Yeah, he was trying to hold him up, and somehow it looked like he kind of took him down, but he was trying to get a little push there. But now 4th down and long for the Wildcats, and going to have to punt the football away here.
Well, a promising drive to begin with, kind of goes for naught there at the end.
Well, you see when Jacksonville brings the pressure, there's just no answer for it. And that's kind of what happened there. As soon as they started bringing pressure, there's just nothing to do. Maynard has the ball, going to come around the right side. He's hit, and coverage does a great job bringing him down back at about the 23-yard line.
Well, there's a reason why they teach punt returners to make one move and then get straight upfield. That, you know, the more you work sideways, the more coverage gets down to you. Good job of coverage that time by the White Plains punt unit.
Like Maynard has a little fake reverse there off of the punt, and after going through all that, coverage was downfield, and they.
Boy, Jackson's been impressive, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, he's
very efficient.
Yeah, very much so, and really throws a nice ball. And you wonder if maybe somebody might look at him. I know he's only 5'11", but it seems like there's a few 5'11" quarterbacks in the world today. They're doing pretty well.
There's a guy that can get it done as well. Wiggins spinning through tackles, breaking it out across the 35-yard line, and big gain on 1st down for the Golden Eagles. That would be considered a chunk play as well.
Yeah, this is just counter play. Nice wraparound block right there by DeAndre Ziegler to pave the way, and Gale Sayers. Ron Wiggins goes right through and for another nice gain by him.
Just smooth with that football, I'll tell you that.
You can see why he runs for an average of 9.1 yards a carry.
Jackson throws it out on the outside.
Pass intended
for Wiggins, just kind of short hops him there, so it brings up 2nd down. Jackson didn't get everything on it. That's one thing you look at with this new offensive set that you see most teams go into. That quick screen on the outside, they teach you to get out as quick as possible, and you really a lot of times don't have a great grip on the ball.
No, you really, and one of the things you do in your drills is you have it, where the ball is snapped and the quarterback catches it and rolls it through and throws it in one motion, kind of like a shortstop turning a double play in baseball. And sometimes you get the points, sometimes you get the laces, sometimes you get the fat part of the ball, and there's a real knack to it, and it could be a misfire.
Trying to hit Green out there, and Green was going across with a slant. A little miscommunication there, goes incomplete, so it's 3rd down and 10. Coach Clint Smith not exactly thrilled with the last couple plays.
It's about as emotional as we've seen him tonight. He's been pretty stoic on that sideline.
Fake it, roll out to the left is Jackson in trouble, tries to dump it off, and catch is going to be made, and knocked out of bounds over there is Dingler.
Yeah, it's just
pushed out of bounds.
That's some boot action again, and Dingler's in the flat to your left, and slips out of the backfield. Picks up a little bit, but still will be short.
So it brings up 4th down. 4th down at about 9. And the Jacksonville Golden Eagles going to have to punt the football away. Jim Ogle to punt it. Expected to be the quarterback of the future there in Jacksonville. He's also a very good punter. You can see it right there. It's going to roll dead at about the 17-yard line. That is a great punt from Ogle.
Nice roll and flipped the field pretty well.
Only an 8th grader punting like that.
Good looking 8th grader.
So 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Nothing to it, guys. I've been doing it all my life.
That's right. So let's see if this White Plains offense can start to put together a little drive here with 5:45 left in the 3rd period. 27-0 our score. First down and 10 for the Wildcats.
You'd like to see them open it up more and try to get a big strike, but the protection issues, you just want to get something consistent, and
ball pops loose.
That's pretty consistent right there. We've seen a bunch of that tonight.
Pile up there. The Golden Eagles say they have it. The officials trying to get things settle down here, and he does say Golden Eagle football, recovered by Young. The nose guard recovers it. Well, Jacksonville's going to have it deep in White Plains territory. That time he handed it off to Harris, and I think it's just the initial swipe of the ball right here. I don't know. Harris never really had it. He kind of got it up high.
Yeah, well, he gets a big hand in there too to knock it loose, and couldn't see who that was that got his hand in there to knock it loose, but Young just really outfights everybody for the football. And, you know, nose guards don't get a chance. They look at the football a lot, but they don't get a chance to, you know, to touch it much, and he wasn't going to be outfought for that one.
So here comes the Eagles in the Metro Goals red zone, and that's Luke Jackson taking it deep into the red zone down to about the 4-yard line. Good run there.
Yeah, it's the first time we've
quarterback
seen
power.
Yeah, that's the speed sweep to the running back, and these running backs are going to draw a crowd and pull back the other way, and really Jackson does a nice job of following his guard and tackle right off the left side for a nice gain, and you know, puts him knocking on the door again.
Since 1973, Metro Goals has been installing sports equipment throughout the state of Alabama. If you need some information, call 205-664-0002. As Morris gets a call, goes down about the 1-yard line. But you talk about Metro Goals, you're talking about folks that can do batting cages, bleachers, wall padding. Also basketball goals, soccer goals, and goal post as well. Again, that number 205-664-0002. First and goal from about the 1-yard line. Morris is in there. We'll go to the power formation here. Straight to Morris, and he goes in.
Untouched until he got to the end zone.
Ozarth grabs him there, but it's a little late.
Well, you know, one of the things that good football teams do is when they get a break, they take advantage of it. It didn't take Jacksonville long at all. You can see nice push on the left side again. They wrap the guard around. That's Sigler again, 5'10", 235-pound senior guard, leads the way through, and Morse goes in standing up.
So 33-0, the new score. The Golden Eagles cash in for more. Terrell on for the extra point here. Puts it up and puts it through. And it's a 34-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. As we talked about coming in, the Golden Eagles came in with a chance to pretty much nail down the region championship. This is their championship game here, because this will take them to 6-0 on the year, and they won the head-to-head game with Anniston. So again, and over Adiana as well. So you've got looks like the Golden Eagles going to win that championship here tonight, their second consecutive. White Plains trying to get in the playoffs. They were going to need to win here tonight and also get a win next week, but again, falling behind 34-0 here. But that's the way your region sets. And as we talk about these region races, all the top 4 teams get to go to the postseason. The first 2 will host the first round. The 3 and 4 teams will be traveling in the first round of the playoffs. So everybody trying to jockey this last few weeks to try to get a good position for the postseason.
Yeah, this will put Jacksonville firmly in the driver's seat. As you said, they're going to win this region, and you know, I mean, White Plains, if you look at recent football history, the fact that they are still in the hunt this late in the year is a big improvement for this program. I know they're disappointed the way tonight is going, but you know, they still got some football to play and a lot to build on for next year.
Fair catch called for at about the 30-yard line for the Wildcats. They'll start first down and 10, and brighter days are ahead for this Wildcat program. I'm going to tell you that, you know, you look at that guy right there, and you know, just hearing the fire in his voice as I had a chance to talk to him this week, and realizing his dedication to this program and realizing what it's going to take to get to that level. He is committed to do that. And, you know, like we said in the opening, hired only a week before the first game, so not really any kind of preseason. And so it was really you know, wasn't there in the spring. So give him a year, and again, see what this program can do, because once he's been there for a year, gets his system in, able to get this group in the weight room like he wants them to, working out, and you see the excitement starting to build at White Plains. Regardless of what the scoreboard says tonight, you see a program that definitely is hungry to turn things around.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you know, it gives him a chance to recruit those halls too. And you know, there's you know, somewhere out there, there's a shortstop that would be a really good receiver, and there's a you know, a point guard that possibly is a quarterback or a good defensive back. I mean, you know, he'll get some other guys out, and it'll be fun to follow. I got a feeling that he'll get this thing turned. Certainly, if enthusiasm and want to and stick to itness is important, why they're well on their way.
Holding the call on that last play, so it sets up a first down and 14 now. Bring 3 wideouts to the near side. 1 goes to the far side. You got Chapman and Harris in the backfield. Chapman is a junior, by the way. He'll give it to the senior. And nothing there. Harris tried to get through there, but once again,
Bring up third down.
On the stop, Jackson Moses again, as well as number 17, Cameron Parker.
I think those guys have had a couple tackles tonight, Tommy.
I think we've said that a lot tonight. Those 2 guys have been in the backfield and just know where to run the football with them draped around you when you take the handoff. And as you said during halftime, you know, the blocking and the play in the trenches has really set the tone in this ball game. And you look at this Jacksonville Golden Eagle team, and they have just won it right there, you know, at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, they've dominated both lines, and the end result has been that second level, those linebackers have been virtually untouched the entire night. Again, as we see Moses again come through just untouched.
He gives Chapman's fits in the backfield, and Chapman bobbled the snap, then tried to find a way outside, and following him out there was number 18, Jackson Moses.
Yeah, well, you know, you're going to see from the left of your screen, Moses is going to appear, but I mean, he's untouched. I mean, Moses is having a career.
So 4th down and long. Punting time again for Chapman and the Wildcats. As they trail by 34. Under 3 minutes to play. Gets it out of there. And going to be fielded by Barksdale. They will run the reverse this time to Maynard. Not a good idea. Maynard's in trouble now. He'll go back to the left side, and he is going to pick up a wall and turn it on down the sideline. And still alive as he will bring it to about the 15-yard line. I said it was not a good idea. He fumbled and a scramble for it. And let's see, the officials there taking a look to see as they sort things out. If you're Coach Clint Smith, that's something you try to talk to Maynard about, the way he carries that football down the field. And you see him on the reverse. Bozarth right there, can't bring him down, but then he spins and goes back the other way.
And you do see that ball is out waving around. Of course, he's not the only guy in America that does that, but man, get that ball high and tight, young man.
Good hustle from behind and knock it loose.
14-yard line where the Eagles will take over.
So it will be 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line after the Eagles get on top of it. This time Jackson goes to the left side. Good pursuit that time by the Wildcats.
That's that quarterback counter again off the speed sweep.
Tackle made by number 34.
Well defended that time by White Plains.
Osteen able to get the tackle there. So 2nd down and long for Jacksonville. Again, the Golden Eagles going to wrap up a region championship tonight. They will be at home, first round of the playoffs. Ron Wiggins left side, Ron Wiggins end zone. He just weaves his way in and out of traffic, goes in for another 6, and it's a 40-0 lead for the Golden Eagles.
Good job up front to pave the way, but Wiggins just, I mean, he's like smoke through a keyhole. I mean, watch him right here. He's going to see that little crease dart straight up field, and then a little inside cut to go right through the weak side shoulder of number 8 for White Plains, Carson Tyree, and he's in the end zone yet again.
Just great acceleration. As soon as he sees the gap, he is through it. And again, another big run, 40-0. And on for the extra point is going to be Terrell, and he'll put it to the left this time. It is no good. 1:47 left in the third. We'll take a timeout here on the HSAA Game of the Week.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Youth suicide. Don't want to talk about it? You should. Hi, I'm Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs. By knowing the warning signs associated with suicide and knowing how to help, you could save a life. Visit jasonfoundation.com and start learning how you can make a difference.
Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Locally owned and accredited, Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coach Clint Smith doing the old comeback coach. Now you're seeing starting to have a good time. 40-0 the score, and as he stands there next to the official.
Yeah, when you're the coach and it's 40-0 and you're about to enter the fourth quarter, life's pretty
Fair
good.
call by number 5, Wilson.
Going to see a lot of fresh faces, I would assume, now for the Golden Eagles here.
You know, one of the things that has impressed me about Wiggins is you know, the ability to miss tackles by the smallest margin. In other words, you know, you don't make your cuts so wide that you run into other tacklers. You just stay tight to the guy that you just beat. And really it looks like Wiggins is a master at that.
Been doing it for a while for Coach Clint Smith. Big night tonight.
Yeah, we do see some backups in for Jacksonville now on defense.
And Golden Eagles going to call a timeout here to try to get that defense set as they bring some fresh faces in there. But Golden Eagles going to finish up the year against White Plains. That's going to be a home game next Friday night as they will host Oaks Bluff. And on the other side, you got White Plains trying to wind up the year. They will go to Aniana next Friday. And then they will host Ranburne. And that's an undefeated Ranburne team that takes on Ohatchee tomorrow night. That's a battle of unbeatens there in Class 2A. Very good football team there. So White Plains still with 2 left to play. The Golden Eagles have that one game at in the home date with Oaks Bluff senior night coming up next week.
Yeah, you got to think that Jacksonville, you know, with the, you know, the variety of talent that they have, you know, they're not one-dimensional by any means. They got a chance to make a run.
They do. They're a tough team there in the north. Minute 45 left. And it is first down and 10, and now a flag. And looks like someone lined up in the neutral zone for the Golden Eagles. And it will move it forward 5 yards, so first down and 5.
Well, again, you got some young guys in now that you know, have not played obviously all that much, and you're going to have a little of that.
So first down and 5 for the Wildcats. Chapman rolls out to the right. Pressure continues to come. He's hitting the backfield, and he's just going to throw it. Just getting rid of it because, again, the pursuit and the penetration by – there may be new faces and new numbers, but the story's still the same, Coach.
Yeah, second verse, same as the first. And, again, just tremendous pressure. And that young man has not been lonesome tonight. He's had a lot of company. Unfortunately, for him, they've all had on white jerseys.
Yeah, just you look at it in the backfield, and every time he tries to set up, I don't think we could count any that he's been able to set his feet and actually step into a throw. It's just been tough all night.
Been very, very seldom. You know, a couple of those slant routes he's been able to, but that's about it.
Second down and 5. This time he'll swing it out. Catch is going to be made. Finding some positive yardage down the near sideline for the White Plains Wildcats is going to be Tyler Daniel. It's going to be good enough for a Wildcat first down. Just swinging it out there and get some good blocks, and he's able to get forward for a first down out to about 38-yard line. And 24 left here in the third. Wildcats look for something they can build on for the next couple of games. Throwing it down there. Catch is going to be made. Big hit back there, but hanging on is going to be Teddy Hall. He was popped that time by Kirksey, but Hall able to hang on for a good gain on first down.
Yeah, and this is one of the few times tonight that Chapman has been able to really step into a throw and drive the football and puts it right on the money, and big hit right there, but nice concentration, for, really one of the longer games of the night for White Plains.
So second down, about a half yard. Chapman going to give it off. Harris finds a little gap up the middle. Cuts through a couple of defenders. That is a good run right up the middle. Jaden Harris able to pick up another Wildcat first down.
Yeah, pretty nice hole that time. Good job by the right guard right there, number 53, Jackson Arnold. That Mike linebacker who, again, trying to go through the A gap this time, stymied in the hole right there by Arnold and sprung the block for a big gain.
So another first down and 10 for the Wildcats. Chapman drops back. Now he's going to tuck it under and run. Cuts it in at the 35-yard line, and he will carry the pile out of bounds. Good run by Chapman. About the 31-yard line, it looks.
Don't think that one was designed to go in that particular direction, but nice improvisation by him. And maybe the play was supposed to go over to the right side, but it reverses his field.
Flag on the play, so
picks up a nice gain, but maybe for naught.
The official's going to discuss that, and looks like this is going to go against the Wildcats. Let's see. Block in the back. Against the Wildcats. So good gain on there is going to, as you said, Coach, go for naught. Talk about it, Coach. You're down 40-0. How important would it be to put together a good drive here and get on the board? I mean, I think that, you want to leave this game with something positive to go ahead and get ready for those next two.
Yeah, well, Tommy, I mean, you said it right there. I mean, when you're trying to build a program, especially, but anytime, I mean, you just keep playing. You don't. If you're a football player, you don't let the score of the game dictate how hard you play. You play hard every snap, and as a coach, you want your guys to finish, as well as they possibly can, because there's always something to play for.
That's the end of the third. We'll head to the fourth. A 40-0 lead for the Golden Eagles as they go for that region championship on the HSAA Game of the Week.
We want to thank the War of
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Second down, and the whistle stops the play again. Flag on the far sideline. And it's going to be an offside call against the Golden Eagles.
He's busy. He's been a busy man tonight, and the action is picked up here.
He's gotten a lot busier lately, hasn't he?
And you notice that he has a whistle around his neck.
Absolutely. Which I've learned from you this year.
It's a little bit of a comfort zone.
Right. Just don't have it on your finger.
No.
See? We're educational here as well. On 2nd and 9, Chapman back, pressure, steps up, throws it deep. Looking for a man down there, and Harris can't hang on. He had Harris with a step. He could not pull it in. And it's going to set up 3rd down and long for the Wildcats.
Well, those deep balls, you always want to try to catch them at eye level. Once they get below that eye, it fools you just a little bit. And ball was a little longer than it looked from the side view, but still very catchable.
Big 3rd down and 9 here for the Wildcats as they try to put together a drive and get themselves on the board.
Pretty throw. Looked like it had a chance to.
Looked like it'll drop right in there.
Yeah, looked like it had a chance to put White Plains on the board.
3rd and 9. You're in 2-down territory if you are the Wildcats. Chapman back, looking. Now going to tuck it under and try to run. He's hit and trying to get loose. Trying to finally get loose, and he'll take it to about the 39-yard line. Dingler brings him down, but Chapman would not give up on the play, and he's able to avoid the sack and at least fight for a couple of extra yards. It's going to set up for 4th down here.
Yeah, well, Amari Bolton has him by the left ankle, hanging on for dear life, and just refuses to go down. Finally breaks the tackle, and as you said, Dingler with a one-hand stab puts him on the ground.
So 4th down and long here, and a flag comes in, and it looks like the Golden Eagles are in the neutral zone again. Yep, got to move it forward. So really we'll say about 4th and about 5 now. They mark this off. Coach Clint Smith, are you kidding me? He said, look at the ball.
That's not a good sign when your coach is giving you those kind of instructions.
No, just look at the ball. And again, 4th and 5 here. Chapman back, going to throw it deep. Looking in the end zone, can't find him.
Yeah, had a step, but ball just underthrown a little bit.
Look for Tyree there, and it's going to be incomplete. And turn it over back to the Golden Eagles. A lot of things going on in the AHSAA this week. Big thing, the Oxford Yellow Jacket defensively last week, big win over Shades Valley. They win 38-22. Oxford Traquan Fagans. And had a big night for the Wildcats, or the Yellow Jackets, I should say. But really the defense, and scoring a defensive TD on the first offensive play of the game for Shades Valley, and that kind of set the tone. You look at that, and Oxford undefeated on the year, ranked number 3 in Class 6A, having a phenomenal year. They'll take on Clay Chalkville tomorrow night for a chance to win that region championship. Got a big 38-22 to win last week for the Yellow Jackets. First down and 10 for the Golden Eagles, and looks like the officials are, Golden Eagles going back. They're trying to set up another offensive unit to come back out here. They call a timeout to try to get things set here with 10:59 remaining.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make sure they have 11 on the field, and I'm sure that Coach Smith is going to empty his bench.
I'll tell you what, that number 6 is coming out right there, and if you don't know where he is for White Plains, that Morris can take it to the house. He has got some serious skill.
Yeah, it looks like the running back situation in Jacksonville is in good hands for a couple more years to come.
And here's the quarterback, Jim Ogle, who is an 8th grader. As they expect him to be the heir apparent to Jackson, and they'll give it off to Morris right up the middle. He'll get a couple of yards, but Bozarth leads away for White Plains. It sets up 2nd down and long, but you look at Ogle there, 8th grade, and he walks up there as again a 6 foot, 160-pound 8th grader. That's pretty good size for 8th grade.
That translates to about 6'2", 6'3", 205 in a couple of years.
He will get some action here. 2nd down. Back to Morris again. He'll try the left side. Going to turn it on the corner. He's taking out 45-yard line. Let's see. Looks like a flag may have been thrown back there as the officials will meet and talk about it.
And this is a counter that they've had such success with tonight, and I guarantee in the back of Morris's mind, he wants to get back some of that yardage he lost on that ill-advised reverse weave across the field, and I think this is going to come back on a holding call right here.
Yeah, it looked to be in the middle of the screen there, and one of the defenders got turned around, and it will be a holding call against the Golden Eagles. As that will negate that fine run by Morris.
Kind of like to see Ogle let one fly, just kind of see what kind of arm he's got. Looks like he could probably spin it pretty good.
I understand he's a pretty good baseball player from what I've been told as well. Son of a coach. You always like that. Son of a coach at Jacksonville State. So probably been around the film sessions a little more than once.
I would say he's been around football field for a while.
10-16 remaining. Officials discussing it. Talking about all the things going on with the AHSAA. You know, we've got a lot of things going on here in these last few weeks, Coach, and you look at the way these regions starting to shake out, and plenty of good football coming up this weekend, coming up next weekend, and, you know, just you get out here, this season has flown by. Now here we are talking about the playoffs.
Yeah, well, we really are, and of course that's the best time of the year if you're a football fan. I mean, the playoffs in Alabama are really special, and there's some interesting statewide matchups that are going to occur. You know, it looks like that in many of the divisions it's anybody's ball game, and that always makes it fun.
Finally feels like football weather. We're talking about the season being over. Good cool night tonight.
Second and long for the Eagles.
After we sorted all that out, it is 2nd down and 20 now for the Golden Eagles. They'll look to the side and get the play. Got Morris in the backfield along with Ogle. They'll try to get the set. Throw it on the outside. Catch is going to be made by Barksdale. And he'll fight forward close to the original line of scrimmage. Not a bad arm, Coach.
No, you know, that delivery will shorten up a little bit as he gets older, as we see one down.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to see right now. Player down for White Plains.
Yeah, it looks like it's Ben Rouse, maybe, number 55.
Yes, he is down. They're checking on him there. It's going to be 3rd and about 11 for this Golden Eagle offense. Jacksonville. You know, let's look, you know, a lot of things as we had last week, a huge night. Mountain Brook, really the play of the night right here as they go for a 2-point conversion. Bobble on the play, picking it up, and it's known now as the heave of Mountain Brook, throwing it, and the catch is made, falling into the end zone. They win 11-10, and that was a huge win over Hewitt-Trussville in Class 7A Region 3. So, again, big play by the Spartans, and they get that big region win over Hewitt-Trussville and remain undefeated. As Mountain Brook takes on Thompson tomorrow night.
That'll be a big matchup, 2 undefeated teams.
Game you can check out on WABM 68 tomorrow night, and that should be a dandy of a matchup. 2 pretty good coaches going head-to-head there as well.
Very good. No Chris Yeager for years. Was my line coach at Troy, and has done an outstanding job as the head coach of the Spartans, and a great man as well. And of course, Mark Freeman over at Thompson. Everybody knows the job he's done everywhere he's been. Done nothing but win.
Throw on the outside. Catch is going to be made. Driven back after the catch is made by Zachary.
Number 17.
And comes out nice and smooth.
He does. You know, I know in 8th grade, I don't know many 8th graders making that throw right there because that is a long throw.
Oh, yeah. And ball came out really nice.
I mean, you look the way he just delivers it right on the money. But, you know, again, you hate to harp on it being an 8th grader, but he looks very calm. I mean, you know, sometimes if they call a pass play, you know, you see someone that's been around for a while kind of rush it and go through the mechanics very quickly, but he's just very smooth back there as well.
Listen, I guarantee when I was in the 8th grade, if I'd been called up to the varsity, my helmet would have been on backwards.
Yeah.
I mean,
he looks great. Now he's got to punt the football away, and he's had a couple of good punts tonight. This one got to hang up there for a while. Get a Jacksonville roll to about the 28-yard line, and that's where White Plains will start 1st down and 10.
Punt's going to be down at the 28-yard line.
The Wildcat offense will go offensively. Try to get something going. You look at Chapman, and he has been under duress all night long when he tried to drop back and pass, and they put a pretty good drive together last time out, but it would be so huge for this offense to get on the board here as they open up this drive with 8:28 remaining.
Well, he's just, you know, so much of playing quarterback is rhythm and getting a flow, and he's had a chance to do neither tonight. Just too much pressure.
Give on the right side, and finding some running room is Harris, as he will try to bounce it outside. A good gain there, as he will bring it to about the 39-yard line, gain of about 11 on the play. That's going to be good for a Wildcat first down.
He runs hard. And
he really does.
And he does get a lot of speed. And he has a little cross-buck action right here, and does a nice job of finding his blockers. And thought for a minute there he was going to run through that tackle and get down the sideline, but nice recovery by Jacksonville.
He's one of those runners that you hold your breath for your own defense, because you think if he ever gets in the open field, he could run for days. Good slant and good catch, and another first down as he finds Wilson. That is another first down.
Yeah, they've had success off this play. That's, again, off the RPO look, the run fake to pull the linebackers and throw the slant right in the void. That's well done again tonight. That's been their best pass play tonight.
So back-to-back first downs for this Wildcat offense. Now it's first down and 10 at about the 47, and stoppage of play again. Looks like a flag, and is this an offsides call? It is, against Jacksonville. Coach Smith can't be thrilled with that. And he's like, what else do you say? You know, I mean, well, you get to that feeling, it's like, man, I don't know what else to say.
Hey, the ball's there. I mean, you know, you line up on your side of the ball.
Chapman going to keep it left side, try to get to the corner, and does, 30-yard line, and he'll step out of bounds on the far side. Zone read play, and Chapman able to pick up big yardage again.
He shows some pretty good speed as well. You know, nice ride. The end gets sucked down inside and takes it right down the sideline for another nice gain. Be good to see White Plains get on the board. Get a little,
I think that was
something at the end of the game to build on for next week.
First and 10 at about the 21. Chapman in trouble, steps up, going to go down. Back at about the 27-yard line. And that's, it seems like when the Wildcats get something on the roll, all of a sudden the pressure comes back, and that time for Jacksonville, applying the pressure was McGuirk.
Yeah, and just, you know, I mean, McGuirk gets upfield hard, and there's no one there to block him, and really, it left Chapman with just nowhere to go.
So second down, we'll call it about 16 yards to go. Here comes the pressure again. He's going to dump it on the tunnel screen. Catch is going to be made by Hall. Hall to the 15-yard line, 10-yard line, down the far side, dives. And did he step out of bounds? Nope, he is in the end zone. Touchdown Wildcats. That time Hall takes it on the tunnel screen, gets behind some blockers, and the Wildcats do in fact get on the board.
Yeah, that little under route, very well conceived, and you're going to watch coming from right to left on your screen. There's the shallow, it goes underneath everybody else. Good speed.
Chapman connects with
outruns the secondary and gets the ball, sticks that ball out, gets in the end zone for White Plains' first score of the night.
Chapman said, hey, let's celebrate this one. Wildcats finally on the board. After a tough night, he's able to get into the end zone. Bobble on the snap, and it will fail. And it will be
after is no good.
40-6 lead for the Golden Eagles. But a big touchdown pass gets the Wildcats on the board. We'll continue on the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations.
Because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7 live from Jordan Hare.
What's lurking under your home? Moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions will help you with the best plan to keep your home safe. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Number 19 with the recovery.
40-6 the new score. White Plains gets on the board. We'll take a look at that Jacksonville offense. They'll have it first down and 10. There's Chandler Tyree. Told me last night he just hates to lose. And he said we've got to, again, get everybody believing that every time we step on the field, we can win the ball game. And tonight you're taking on one of the top teams, especially in the north, in Class 4A in Jacksonville. And Golden Eagles have really played well and lead by 34 here late. Ogle back in at quarterback for Jacksonville as they'll try to make sure everybody gets in a play or two. Here comes first down and 10, and they'll stop it again. Looks like timeout. Jacksonville didn't have everybody in the right spots to open up this drive. But, you know, you look at some of these things on the AHSAA, and big week last week for Scottsboro. A couple of players run for 200 yards. First time in the school's history of 103 years. Wildcats gained 482 rushing yards. They went 56-42 over Arab.
That'd be the first time in a lot of schools, 103 years, you know, gaining that much yards. 482 on the ground is obviously pretty special.
Cross country news. Homewood Scottsboro runners again do well at the Strong Georgia Invitational. Laney Phelps of Homewood. Ethan Strand of Vestavia Hills. You see those runners there. So again, they do well in that. It's first down and 10. Morris retreats. Bozarth still in there, and he'll bring him down.
Bozarth with the tackle.
Bozarth with a big stop there. Continues to play hard. You see him fight through the blocker here. And when Morris starts retreating, Bozarth stays right on him and able to get him for a big loss there.
Of course, we featured him in the build-up to the game. He's not had the impact to this point that we thought he would have, but nice play right there.
Second down at about 16 now for Jacksonville. Run the speed sweep coming to the near side. Cutting it back. Picking up a couple of yards on that one is Zapata. He's able to get a couple of yards. Going to set up third down and long now.
Brings up third down for the Eagles. It's going to be a loss on the play.
Yes. Again, Jacksonville getting everybody in the ball game. Only one game left in the regular season. Then the Wildcats, or the Golden Eagles, I should say, will get a week off to rest up for the playoffs. Get a chance to scout some of their opponents they'll be seeing in the postseason.
It's always a fun time of year, getting ready for the playoffs. And, you know, going on that postseason march is always special.
Third down and long, and we've got whistles again. Delay of game against the Golden Eagles moves it back.
Speaking of birds, your White Plains
third down
football team is currently taking orders
and about
for
21 yards to go.
Hams and Boston butts. These will be ready on Sunday.
Clint Smith just trying to get that clock to speed up.
Time for Thanksgiving and the
get out of here healthy and get ready for the next week's game.
Order is November 15th.
Ogle going to throw it deep. Got a man. Oh, couldn't hang it on there. I thought the catch was going to be made that time. Ogle dropped it in there, but unable to pull it in is Zachary.
Yeah, really a well-placed throw. You know, you try to throw that fade route right over the outside shoulder, and that's right where he puts it. And has it, but the ground is going to knock it loose. And really a beautiful throw and a nice effort by that young man, but Zachary's just not able to put it away before he hits the ground.
So fourth down. Golden Eagles going to have to punt the football away. See if that Wildcat offense can get some more points on the board here late. Ogle. Yeah, that's a great punt.
Yeah, good punt.
Wow. Roll inside the 25, 24-yard line.
Nice punt for the Eagles.
You can see why they're excited about that athlete right there. He has looked the part here tonight.
And it looks like he's having fun, too.
It looks like he's having fun, giving his receiver grief over not catching that ball. A first long pass, and you can't pull it in. 40-6 to score. Here comes that White Plains offense. They scored their last time out. They'll stick with the starters here as Chapman comes out. Okay, it's just trying to get something solid that they can build on next week. Take on Aniana. Chapman gives it off to Osteen. Pick up a couple. Next Thursday night, Briarwood and Fairfield going to be our matchup here in the HSAA game of the week.
It should be pretty competitive.
So second down and long now for the Wildcats. Hope to get a word with Coach Clint Smith following the game. John Holder trying to work on that for us. And here's Chapman rolling out to the right side. Now going to tuck it under and just fall forward to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Chapman read the end on that one, or just it was a predetermined, quarterback keep. But the fake was a good one. Pulled the end down to the inside, and a nice speed by Chapman to pick up a nice gain and a big first down.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats. You look and you see the demeanor of both coaches. Neither has changed their expression pretty much the whole game.
No,
you look at it,
yeah.
and that, I guess if you're building you want a consistent coach, and I tell you what, they both of them look the part here tonight. Chapman on the keeper, goes left side, cuts it back, finds an open field to the 30-yard line. Chapman, one man to beat, 20-yard line, cuts it back now, will dive toward the end zone, and they'll say steps out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Chapman did not get it in, but a great run by Jaden Chapman.
Just really a nice job. You're going to see he comes off the zone read fake, and it's a little counter to the inside, and just a great job. Nice cutback right there, shows some speed, and tries to outrun the secondary to the end zone. I really think he'd have made it if he hadn't, that little stutter step to cut back probably cost him a touchdown, but sets up White Plains in great position with a 1st and goal inside the 1.
Chapman in the backfield as he will keep it, and he will walk into the end zone. You got to give him the 6 after making a run like that, and he's going to cash in for the Wildcat touchdown. Makes it a 40-12 score.
Well, when you're trying to build a program and you're a place that's been down for a long time, things like this are really, really important. As you can see, really a nice surge up front by the blue shirts, and that's 2 impressive drives in a row by that young man.
Well, we talked about going in that Coach Clint Smith talked about White Plains playing hard. Tonight they're showing they will fight to the finish. I mean, they're going to, play all the way till the whistle blows. So, again, a couple of good drives by this White Plains offense.
Yeah, and that's very important. I mean, obviously they're not going to win tonight, but you never know when the switch is going to be turned on to start building a program and moving in the direction that they certainly want to go.
And 2-point conversion is good. They'll dump it into the end zone, and the catch made by Aguirre.
Looked like they were out of practice early for that one.
And after the show, we got the AHSAA Weekly Show coming up following tonight's game. John Holder and several special guests will be there. That'll already be in progress, but we will be a part of the AHSAA Weekly following tonight's broadcast. 40-14 the new score, 2:26 remaining in this one.
Well, those 2 scores late have got to take some of the sting out, and the White Plains staff will go to school on the film. They'll try to get the blocking up front shored up to where the pressure is not going to be so prevalent next week, and I think it's very, very important to Coach Tyree to finish this season on as positive a note as possible.
The Ox player of the ball game tonight. We want to know how strong. Well, this guy was strong all night long, especially when he took the football under his arm. That is going to be Ron Wiggins. A couple of touchdowns here early. You see the stiff arm, you see the speed. And then turning it down the sideline for a big touchdown, and Ron Wiggins tonight, 3 touchdowns in the ball game, and he is our Ox Strong player of the game.
Showed all the tools that you want to see in a complete running back. And of course, he is a young man that had over 400 yards in one game last year against Claiborne County. Had a big week last week. Had 6 TDs rushing against Aniana. So he's pretty special.
And again, he is healthy going into week number 10 for the Golden Eagles next week. So that is great news for Clint Smith. And again, our Ox Strong player of the game here tonight. A great effort by number 4, Ron Wiggins, here in this ball game. White Plains kicks it off deep. And the Golden Eagles get back there on it. They'll have 2:26 to operate here. They'll try to wind things down here at Robertson Field. Jim Ogle, quarterback for the Golden Eagles. Wiggins seems like he had a good time tonight.
Well, and when you got your sweats in your hands, you're probably done for the night. So,
hand off right side.
Big win.
Golden Eagles celebrating a big win here tonight. Clock winding down, nearing that 2-minute mark. As we said, first good feeling night of football. This is what the weather should be, and I'm good with that.
It's definitely football weather.
Handoff.
Number 54, Bozarth on the tackle.
The carry there is 28, Turner on the carry, brought down by Bozarth. They'll keep it on the ground here, try to keep that clock moving.
Pretty far down the depth chart now. Jacksonville is clearing the bench, trying to get experience for lots of players, get them on TV.
Turner only a 9th grader on that last carry, so you got an 8th grader and a 9th grader back there in the backfield. It's Turner again. Back the line of scrimmage, maybe falling forward for about a yard. Jacksonville going to improve to 7-2 on the year. Lost to Piedmont, who is the #1 team in Class 3A. And the loss early in the year to Alexandria, one of the top 5A teams in the state. Next week, Briarwood and Fairfield. Next Thursday night, we'll have that game for you. Looking forward to a really good ball game in that region play as we start to wind down the regular season here as well. Off up the middle, not a whole lot there. Bozarth makes that tackle, and that may be our final snap of the ball game as the Golden Eagles make their way to the sideline and wrap things up in Robertson Field. So big win for the Golden Eagles. Tough loss for the Wildcats, but you can see the recipe is there, Coach. I think that you're going to hear a lot more out of this Wildcat program in the next couple of years.
Well, and I think they'll learn a lot from tonight. Obviously some schematic things got to be shored up, but they played hard, put 2 on the board in the 4th quarter, and that's certainly something to build on. Very impressive performance by Jacksonville. I think they'll make some noise in the playoffs.
Coach Clint Smith, Tom was at White Plains as he will meet and greet all the coaches out there. And again, a big win tonight for Coach Smith. His 62nd win at Jacksonville High School and 119th overall. And let's see if we can get a word with him here before he gets out of there. See if John Holder can chase him down for us. We'll watch and see if we can make that happen. But a big win tonight for the Golden Eagles. And, you start looking at the playoff pictures, and I tell you, Jacksonville's going to be a tough out. I mean, I don't know who, in the north, who can take them out, if anyone. But, you're going to have to be a good team and play very well to beat this Golden Eagle team.
Well, the first thing you always look at in playoffs is you look at quarterback play, and then you look at all the stuff they have with them.
Right.
They will be a factor.
Yeah, I think so. And again, all the skill people, and what we saw tonight was a line on both sides of the football that can get it done. And we knew the skill people coming in, but that's been the most impressive thing to me, especially that defensive front. They are aggressive. They are up the field, and there are some playmakers in this ball game. And again, you look at that, the lines on both sides, and I think that's where the Golden Eagles get that win. And so we're going to check in and see if we can get with John Holder now and get a word with Coach Clint Smith.
All right, down here with Jacksonville head coach Clint Smith. Coach, congratulations, 40-14. Back-to-back. I heard you saying on the sideline telling your players back-to-back, guys. Back-to-back region titles. I don't think that's ever been done in Jacksonville history, right?
It hasn't. I'm just so proud of our kids. Just we've been playing really well here lately. It took us a while to get started tonight, but, just so proud for our school and our community. Back-to-back region champs, and got Hoax Bluff next week to finish out the region and then the playoffs. So, we're extremely excited.
Coming to a much improved White Plains team, they come out with an onside kick to start the game, kind of pulling out all the stops. But your defensive team speed just really impressive tonight, causing a lot of problems for that White Plains offense.
Yeah, defensively we played well. Played really well the first half and was able to build that lead 27-0 going into half. And so, just hats off to the guys for coming out and getting it done tonight.
I don't know if we'll get a chance to talk with Ron Wiggins, but for folks around the state that are watching that saw him maybe for the first time tonight, kind of tell us about this guy. He's about as good as anybody in the state running the football, right?
Yeah, he is. He's got another gear, and he's a great kid. He works hard, and he's just got that extra gear, and he's got great vision. He sees the field well, and had a great year last year, and he's following up with another great year. And our offensive line's done really well. They've gotten better each and every week, and to get those yards, to help him get those yards. So, he's a fantastic running back, and he's got a very bright future.
Speaking of him, we're going to bring him in right now. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and bring him right here with you. Ron, great job tonight. Statewide audience, you kind of exposed to folks all around the state of Alabama tonight. Tell us about your game tonight.
First off, I got to give credit to God and my linemen, and without them, we win, and the defense, and without them, we wouldn't do what we did tonight.
You had some incredible runs tonight. We've seen you do some incredible things running the football. You've got great vision, a lot of great natural talent out there. Just your description of your game and how you run the football.
I just try to base my game off of Alvin Kamara. I watch him a lot, and I just try to come out here and just mix that in with my game and just play.
What's it mean? I talked with Coach here about back-to-back region titles, never been done in Jacksonville history. From the player's vantage point, what's this mean to have back-to-back region titles?
It's a huge step. Next, you got to win the championship. That's what we're going for.
All right, thank you, Ron. Great game tonight. Coach Smith, great game tonight. Thank y'all. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate y'all being here.
Clint Smith, head coach of the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, and Ron Wiggins, all-state tailback for Jacksonville.
Thanks a lot, John. And again, a great job on the sideline tonight. White Plains and Jacksonville here on this Thursday night special. And the Jacksonville Golden Eagles get a 40-14 win. Coach, next week, Briarwood and Fairfield. We'll be back here with more high school football as we start making our way to the playoffs.
Look forward to it, Tommy. The march to the playoff continues on. I tell you, I think I've become a big Ron Wiggins fan. Very humble young man.
Again, next Thursday night, more high school football on the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. Good night, everyone.